Hey everybody, what's up? I'm Mason the Mason. In this video, I'm going to show you how to lay brick to the line. So if you need to know how I got to this point, how I built the corners, set up these poles, figure out all my heights and everything, go check out my other video. Alright, so now that I know that I have my height figured out and I finished this course, it's time to move up. I know since I put all my marks on the wall here that I'm the right height. And now I got to move my line up. So I take my brick roller here, and I know that these are 6s, the size of the roller. I talked about that in the last video as well. There's a bunch of different sizes. This size is 6. So all you gotta do is go over to your pole here, and I know I'm good on my height. Go to your pole, put a 6 there, and I just put a little slash down so I know it's 6. I usually only go about 2. And you can move your line up. Always make sure that your pole is running up your corner really nice. I'm gonna go do the same thing to the other side. So now my line is up. The only thing that sucks is back here, I don't have a line. So all I can do is lay my brick out to the line and level back. So I'm gonna do that on both sides. So I laid these brick out there. Okay, I put the front one to the line. You just make sure that it chases your corner really well. So you want it to be the same thing. You can tell a lot by how your trowel scrapes along it. Now I just take a 2-foot level, and I prefer to let them high in the back. That way I can just tap it down. So that's good there. And I'll just tap down till they're level. Still good with the line. You're gonna scrape this mud away, take it back to your pan, and then I'm using this as a straight edge and this is a straight edge. So all you gotta do is that, and you're good to go. Now I'm good to go to do the other side, and then we can start running the wall in. Next step is we're gonna actually start laying brick to the line. I make a little spot like this, come in and roll it. Up and back motion, and it creates a roll. That means you can spread the brick, spread it further. So that's pretty much it. Now we're gonna come over to the wall with our rolled mud. Here's the wall. Roll your mud, come over your wall. And this kind of takes some practice. So I'm gonna put it down and come back at the same time, just like you were doing on the mud board when you were rolling it. All right. I take the corner of my trowel against the wall like this and create a nice even furrow. Cut back that side, and put the extra mud that you scoop up anywhere you need it. I need some up there. One more time. I'm just gonna spread this whole wall then after this one. So you get your scoop like that. Push it out. Scoop it up. Alright. Alright, so now we're gonna spread some head joints. You can either do it off the wall or on the wall. There's a bunch of different styles people do. I'm gonna start there because I don't like it like that. This is how I like to do it. Some people are better than me, that's okay. But when I go, I spread the top here. You see me good still? And I come over here. This is my head joint for the next one. And you push it in, right? And I usually do 2 of these, back to back. Like that. I scrape the mud, and you keep your trowel at like a 45 so you don't dirty the face up. See, it dripped a little bit. And then I come back, get it towards your nose. There, swipe back, you got another one. And that's how I do it. Some people are good enough that they don't have to leave the wall. They spread it real thick, and they can just use the mud from the wall and do it. But I am not that talented. So that's pretty much how you spread all the mortar on this stuff. Now we're gonna talk about laying it. So when I push it in, usually I take all my fingers, it's all in your fingers. Like this, I keep my thumb here, my pinky here, that, and you kind of like feel it, and I use my fingers to push it to the line. I also match the bottom to this part of the ball. See that? You can feel it on your trowel. Like if it was off, it would scrape or it'd do something funny and it would just not look right. All right, do another one. Another thing, I guess I'll just do it again. A little quicker. All in your fingers. So now we're gonna talk about bond, and bond is where your head joints are. You want all your head joints to be the same. So as you're going across, you want your joints to be the same. And the way you can do that I do it, when I first started, I would go like this and make sure I was in the same spot, which I am. Or if you're in the right spot, you can look down it and make sure that your brick's in the same spot as your head joints. And you can adjust as you go across. But once you're up to as high as I am, you don't really have to worry about it anymore. And I'm pretty used to spreading the joints a certain size, so I don't really have to guess. If you do end up messing up your bond, like say you were a little far ahead, you can just tighten them up, like pull them all back. Or if you needed to open them up, you can just open them up and that'll make your joints good. Just make sure if you open them up, you put some more mortar back in your joint. Another thing, there is a back to these, so if there's words on it, make sure it goes to the back. Okay, don't put the words out in front. And you know, there are two sides to the brick, so kind of self-explanatory, but watch out for that, because even I do that sometimes. If you're not paying attention, you might slip one out there and you'll see Watson Town brick in the middle of your wall, and nobody wants that. So every time you close here, don't do that, okay? You wanna be clean, don't do that kind of crap. But every time you close up, right, I push some mortar out, just throw a little bit extra back in there in case, you know. And that's how you lay a course of brick on this job site. It varies though from what you're doing, but this is how you do it if you're doing something like I'm doing. All right, hit it. So that's what I like to do. I usually do 2 scoops like that. Push that away. Keep your trowel against the wall. Scoop the extra back. And if there's a little extra, it's fine. You can just use it for your head joints, because I am a little bit high with the mortar there. A lot of times too, if you don't have enough mortar on your head joint and there's a hole, the mortar from here squishes down into the head joint beneath it. So it's just something to think about too. Like right here, you'll watch it squish out of the head joint. And it's pretty much filled there. So that's pretty much everything there is about laying brick to the line. I mean, there's a lot of people that have a lot more tricks than me, but that's about all the tricks I have for laying these brick. Some people do it differently, but this is just how I do it. Get a little ahead there. Yeah. If you got any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. Or if you got some tips, if you're a bricklayer yourself, I'd be happy to hear them. Once you get down with the trowel, it's pretty easy after that. again, any questions, I'd be happy to answer them, and thanks for watching.